All right, let's dive right in. You know how your social media feed has pretty much become the new mall? Well, today we're going to break down exactly how you can set up your own shop right there. This is your guide to social commerce. So, get ready for this number. By 2025, social commerce is set to be wait for it, $1.2 trillion global market. No, seriously, we're not talking about some niche trend here. This is one of the biggest shakeups in retail ever. And that, of course, brings us to the big question, right? With a pie that huge, is your business getting its slice? Stick with us, because we're about to lay out the playbook to make sure the answer is yes. Okay, so before you can even think about selling, you gotta build a solid foundation. You know, every successful sale actually starts way before someone clicks buy. It starts with getting your account set up the right way and, crucially, figuring out your logistics. This is the behind-the-scenes stuff that can honestly make or break your whole operation. Now, these might seem like basics, I get it, but trust me, they are absolutely non-negotiable. If you skip switching to a business account, for example, you're basically flying blind with no analytics. A weak bio, you've got maybe 3 seconds before you lose a potential customer. And if you don't nail down your brand voice, you're just another account making noise, instead of building a real community that actually wants to buy from you. All right, so the moment a customer hits that buy button, the easy part is over. Now the real-world challenge begins, and that's called fulfillment. It's the whole journey, everything from your warehouse shelf to their front door. Look, you could have the best product in the world, but if getting it to your customer is a bad experience, you've lost them. Getting this right is everything. So this brings you to a pretty big decision. You've got 2 main paths. Do you go in-house, packing boxes in your garage, which gives you total control, but let's be real, can quickly become your entire job? Or do you team up with what's called a 3PL, a third-party logistics company? They handle all the physical stuff, which frees you up to actually focus on growing the business. Think of fulfillment like a chain, and it's only as strong as its weakest link. It starts with getting your inventory, storing it, processing the orders, and shipping them out. Simple enough, right? But notice that last step, returns. A clunky or expensive return process can absolutely kill customer loyalty. Your plan has to cover the entire round trip, not just the delivery. Okay, foundation is built, logistics are sorted, now for the fun part, actually selling. Let's get into the playbook for turning all that passive scrolling into active sales. This right here, this is the engine of your social selling machine. It's a cycle. You showcase your stuff with amazing photos and videos, then you make it instantly shoppable. You help people find you with smart hashtags, and then you build trust, that crucial social proof, by working with creators and showing off your happy customers. It's not a checklist you do once, it's a flywheel you keep spinning. Shoppable tags, these things are probably the most important bridge you can build on social media. Why? Because they connect that instant, ooh, I want that feeling directly to the buy now button. You're removing all the friction, all the extra steps, and capturing that impulse to buy the second it happens. Okay, let's talk ads. Rule number 1, don't be lazy. You can't just run the same ad everywhere. What works on TikTok is going to feel totally out of place on LinkedIn. You have to test everything. Your pictures, your words, your offers. And please, 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 never make someone guess what they're supposed to do. Your call to action needs to be so obvious it's impossible to miss. All right, so getting the click is one thing, but turning that click into a happy, paying, loyal customer, that's the real challenge. So now we're going to zoom in on how to optimize everything to make sure you're actually profitable and building a community for the long haul. It's all about that ROI. And look at this data. It's crystal clear. Your customer service is your brand now. Over 80% of people say the experience you give them is just as important as the product itself. Think about that. On social media, a quick, helpful response isn't just good service. It's literally one of your best marketing tools. So how do you know if all this work is actually paying off? You've got to measure your return on investment, your ROI. The formula itself is pretty simple. You take what you earned, subtract what you spent, divide that result by your costs, and then multiply by 100 to get a percentage. This number is your truth serum. It tells you exactly how much money you're making for every single dollar you put in. But to get a real ROI, you have to be honest about your costs. And costs isn't just your ad budget. You got to track the hidden stuff. The biggest ones, the hours you or your team are spending, the money it takes to create all that content, and what you're paying for software. If you ignore these, your ROI number is just a fantasy. Thinking about branching out into retail stores? Then you absolutely need to know this term, keystone pricing. It's the industry standard, and it's simple. Your wholesale price, what you sell it to the store for, needs to be half of what they'll sell it for at retail. If your margins are too thin for that 50% markup, you're just not ready for wholesale. It's a hard truth, but a crucial one. Okay, so let's look ahead, because the world of social commerce is moving fast. We're going to wrap up by looking at the major trends that are already here and what you need to be getting ready for right now if you want to stay ahead of the game. The future of all this is really about blurring the lines between just scrolling and actually shopping. We're talking live shopping, where buying becomes a fun, interactive event. We're talking augmented reality, AR, letting you try on a pair of sunglasses from your couch. AI is going to make everything super personal, and conversational commerce means you'll be making sales right inside a DM. It's all getting more immersive and way more personal. Okay, and here is a really, really critical heads up for anyone selling on Facebook or Instagram. In-app checkout is being phased out. Soon, when a customer wants to buy, they'll be sent from the social app directly to your website to finish the purchase. This is a huge shift in how things work. And so, this all leads us to one final, really important question for you. Social media is becoming the new front door, the new discovery engine, but your website is about to become the official cash register. So is it ready for all that traffic? Is it ready to be the final destination? That's something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.